The little things that you use on a daily basis, if they're well designed, can really improve your quality of life. I think more and more you're able to find the really mundane objects that are beautifully designed. The things that you really hold in your hands and use every day, those are the most important things because you don't put them away, you really look at them all the time. Hello, I'm Tom Delavan. Welcome to A Brush with Style from New York City. Design is problem solving. It's figuring out how to do something within a series of parameters, and that makes it interesting.
We're going to start off with the inspiration of the little blanket.
Really interesting.
So as you see these put on here, there's this way that the color is working is pretty dramatic, and the repeating pattern.
But we loved that pattern, so that's
it is cool. What's interesting about it is because it's sort of
it's
first
the first
aid
stage,
kind of sign.
Which is why we like it, because
But it's also kind of interlocking geometry. One of the designs is the black and white kind of optical effect. It's sort of inspired by op art and kind of the optical effects of shapes and the juxtaposition of the black and whites. I think it's really interesting how much you can do just in the absence of color. The other design is actually kind of the opposite of that, and it's like these super man-made, artificial, hot colors and kind of how that messes with your eyes. A lot of the inspirations are about balances of two very opposing things, which I think creates like an interesting tension or juxtaposition. People want to have a rug that expresses them, they want to have bedding that expresses them, they want to have clothes that express them, they want to have a car that expresses them. So the idea of kind of extending that down to the smaller details I think is really interesting. You know, and I think a lot of those things which are really utilitarian, people forget. Those are the things you really engage with on a daily basis. So I think it's actually even more important that those things be beautiful than the things which are just purely decorative. I think mood, or at least my moods, tend to be more changeable, and I like to think my design style or aesthetic is kind of has a longer time frame than my moods. I hope that it will be something that has a broad appeal. What would be cool is if there's sort of a visceral reaction. You know, we all like look at something and there's like a million associations in our head that come out and are attached to it. You know, the ones I chose are ones that I like have very positive associations with. You brush your teeth every day, twice a day or 3 times a day. So it's like if 3 times a day you're coming in contact with something that's beautiful and useful and feels good in your hand, that actually does really make your life a little bit better.